Leonardo, any folks you'd like to come up are welcome to join you on the
My family, come on.
front.
Brother President. And Brother Chapter President as well.
Are you ready? Council members, thank you. It's my honor to present Leonardo Williams. Are you ready?
All right, I'm ready.
Raise your right.
Come on.
Left hand on the Bible, raise your right. I, Leonardo Williams,
I, Leonardo Williams,
have read,
understand,
and subscribe
and subscribe
to the Code of Ethics
to the Code of Ethics
of the City of Durham,
of the City of Durham,
and do hereby solemnly swear
and do hereby solemnly swear
that I will support and maintain
that I will support and maintain
the Constitution and laws of the United States
the Constitution and laws of the United States
and the Constitution and laws of North Carolina,
and the Constitution and laws of North Carolina,
not inconsistent therewith,
not inconsistent therewith,
and that I will faithfully
and that I will faithfully
and impartially
and impartially
discharge the duties of my position
discharge the duties of my position
as City Council member of the City of Durham.
as City Council member of the City of Durham.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations, council member, and also thank you for brightening our evening with those sweet little ones. Always appreciated. And finally, our last swearing in will be of Mayor-elect Elaine O'Neill and by Chief District Court Judge Pat Evans.
A lot of us.
You can bring as many people up as you like. There's plenty of room.
This half of Durham, y'all. Ready? All right. Repeat after me. I, Elaine O'Neill, have read, understand, and subscribe to the Code of Ethics of the City of Durham, and do hereby solemnly swear that I will support and maintain the Constitution and laws of the United States and the Constitution and laws of North Carolina, not inconsistent therewith, and that I will faithfully and impartially discharge the duties of my position as mayor of the City of Durham. So help me God.
So help me God.
God has
Let freedom ring. Let freedom ring.
Congratulations, Madam Mayor. And our mayor-elect and councilmember-elect can come and take their seats on the dais. And I will turn the gavel over to Madam Mayor.
All right, everybody. Here we go. First of all, I'd just like to give honor and praise to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for this night, life. And I'd also like to give honor and praise to those that sit with me and those that have come before me on this particular platform. And we would allow at this time for our newly elected and re-elected council members to have remarks. And I would start with Councilwoman Adriana Freeman first.
Thank you. I appreciate the opportunity to just say welcome and to thank you all for being here this evening. I'll keep my remarks brief as I want to make sure that the moment is not held by me. I'm grateful to be here. I'm grateful to be serving, and I look forward to getting to work. We have a lot to do around housing. We have a lot to do around the gun violence, and I'm just ready to get there. Let's go. Let's get to work. Thank you.
Councilman Middleton.
Madam Mayor, no elect, just Madam Mayor, thank you so much and congratulations on taking the gavel. I want to just thank the people of Durham tonight for the high honor and privilege of serving again, for saying yes, and this is a privilege. On our worst day, it is an honor to be in these seats, even on the most challenging day, and I want to thank the people of Durham for allowing us to take up this mantle once again. I want to acknowledge just a few folks in my family, some that have come down from Brooklyn, my beloved sister Charlene, my father's namesake and eldest brother, Benjamin James Middleton, Jr., my youngest brother and partner in crime, Lloyd Middleton. I want to acknowledge members of my church, Abundant Hope Christian Church, who have given me the grace and the leeway to do this work. I want to thank members of my fraternity who came out tonight, Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity, still celebrating their Founders Day. I want to particularly acknowledge the presidents. We're so honored to have our immediate past international general president of Alpha Phi Alpha, Dr. Everett Ward, in the building tonight. I want to thank you, Brother President, for being here. On behalf of Brothers Worldwide, we thank you for the leadership you provided our great, noble house. To our chapter president, Brother Reverend Dr. Jerome Washington, for being here as well, and all of you. Tonight, we stand on the threshold. Our celebration will be very short because tomorrow morning, we've got a lot of work to do. But never have we had a greater convergence of opportunity with talent in this mayor, in this council, in this staff. We have never been better poised to face the problems and challenges that face our city. So I'm going to go to sleep tonight very excited, but we're going to wake up tomorrow morning to work. May God bless each of you. God bless you, Madam Mayor. May God forever bless and protect our city, Durham. Thank you.
Councilman Williams.
What an honor it is. Now I know how to turn the mic on. Thank you. What an honor it is. Today is an example of the souls, the hard work, the commitment to one another. Today is an example of what it looks like when we all come together for a greater purpose. And it's an honor to be the outcome of that. It's an honor to sit amongst my colleagues. It's an honor to be here with the first African-American woman mayor of this city. Durham does it big, and tonight we see that. I want to thank my family, and for you all who don't know, I'm from Eastern North Carolina. I'm from Halifax County. I'm from Hobgood, Scotland Neck, Enfield. I'm from the places that not many people know about. And tonight, it feels good to be an example of my hometown and to be a product of the Bull City. So I thank you all. I thank also who gave me the permission to be here tonight. And I want to ask my wife and son to stand up. Chef Zwaley, Isaiah, my mother, Yolanda, my mother, my family, thank you all so much. My there she is. I want to thank my brotherhood, Alpha Phi Alpha, and thank you, Durham. You did this. You did this. I'm ready to work. I'm not going to sleep tonight. So thank you, everybody, and my colleagues, I'm so looking forward to working with each of you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, my campaign team. They're outside watching, but thank you to my campaign team.
Thank you to Justice Earls, Chief District Court Judge, my sister, Pat Evans, Judge Hall, Judge Reinhardt, for swearing us in tonight. I happen to know a little bit about something about the work that they do, and could not be more grateful to have had them administer our oaths of office. Tonight would not be possible without the voters of Durham. Whether you voted for me or not, our city is always better off when our residents' diverse voices and experiences are represented in our political process. The energy of our voters, the depth of our issues, and our commitment to building a city that works for all continue to set Durham apart as a model city in North Carolina and across this nation. I want to thank my campaign volunteers who were the engine for this historic victory. From every phone call made, to every door knocked, to every poll covered, we could not have done it without each of you. Our campaign volunteers are unsung heroes, and I'm grateful for your support and the chance to acknowledge you publicly this evening. I also want to thank all the candidates who ran for election this year. Running for office is no easy task, and I know that each of us ran because we believe we have something to offer in this city and making it a better place to live, work, learn, and play. When we choose to run, it not only affects us as individuals, but it affects our families, friends, colleagues. As you all know, I was born and bred in the Bull City, and I have a very large family. Many of my family members are here tonight, and I must thank them for their support of my campaign Not only must I thank them for their support, but I have to thank them for always having my back. Whether it was when I decided to go to law school, run for judge, or serve as interim dean of my law school, NCCU School of Law, my family has prayed with me and for me, counseled me, and given me the grace to make mistakes and become a better person along the way. I want to thank my friend, Mayor Steve Schewel. You entrusted me to lead the Racial Equity Task Force and could not have been more gracious and supportive during this transition. 4 years as mayor, 6 years as city council member, 4 years as member of the Board of Education, and a lifelong commitment to progressive values and making Durham more equitable. Mayor Schewel, we salute you, and I wish you the best in your next chapter. As I think about Durham, I think about the many challenges and opportunities that lie ahead. I'm truly motivated by how much we can and will accomplish when we work together to make Durham a city that works for all of us. We will leave no one behind. The challenges we face today are not new and will take some time and effort to solve, block by block, street by street, and neighbor to neighbor. We will leave no one behind. We all envision a Durham that listens to and cares for every citizen, regardless of your zip code, a city where we are all safe, a city that offers living wages and affordable housing for all families, a city where no one must hide in the shadows, and where we all embrace the future, a future where no one is left behind. We must make every neighborhood safe. Parents should not have to worry if their children are safe while playing at the neighborhood park. Our elderly residents should not have to live in fear of bullets coming through their homes. And our students must be able to go to school and learn in a safe environment. Enough of the guns, enough of the shootings, enough of the killings. We pride ourselves on being an inclusive city, and we walk in the footsteps of the visionary Pauli Murray. I stand with all of our families, our LGBTQ families and friends. I want you to know that you are loved, you are seen, and you are cherished. I look forward to making our city an even more vibrant place for all. No matter who you love or how you identify, we will leave no one behind. I also want to take a moment to shine a light on our immigrant neighbors who have chosen to make Durham their home. As mayor, I will work to increase access to government programs and services that reduce barriers for immigrant and refugee families. I will also continue to work with local law enforcement officials to maintain Durham's status as a sanctuary city. We will leave no one behind. The voices of our young people are necessary for moving our city toward a sustainable future, full of opportunities. We need to create a healthy youth ecosystem with youth-driven solutions. Our youth have been through a lot, and we need to support them with educational, recreational, physical, and behavioral health services, while also fostering community and a sense of belonging. I want you, young people, our children, our future, to see that Durham loves you, needs you, and will help you build a future where you can thrive. We cannot and will not leave you behind. The last 2 years have brought unprecedented public health and economic challenges due to the COVID-19 pandemic. We've had more than 36,000 cases of COVID-19 and have tragically lost nearly 300 of our residents to this deadly virus. My heart, my thoughts, and my prayers go out to the families and loved ones of those that we have lost. As your mayor, I will work with our county and city officials to assure that our response to this pandemic continues to be driven by science and data. We also have seen many of our local businesses impacted by this pandemic. While we continue the good work the city and county have started, we will also seek additional resources to help Durham businesses get back on their feet. Durham is a resilient city. Our resilience is an asset, but it is not the solution to some of our community's most pressing challenges. We cannot rest. Developing Durham's specific solutions to Durham's issues is necessary if we want Durham to be a thriving city tomorrow and for the next 150 years. I've had a lot of comments up here, but I'm not going to talk about all of them. But we know the issues of affordable housing and those issues where we can leave no one behind. Before I conclude, though, I have to thank my mentor, former Bill Bell, for his advice, support, and continued dedication and service to Durham. While I'm the first Black woman to hold the position of mayor of the city of Durham, there was one that was one first, and we heard her voice tonight. I give honor to Sylvia Kirkhoff, Mayor Sylvia Kirkhoff. I also must acknowledge the Black women who have served on the Durham City Council before me, because without them, there is no me. I want to take a moment to call each of them by name. Carolyn Thornton, my friend and colleague, former colleague Judge Carolyn Johnson, Peggy Watson Borton, Pastor Shirley Caesar, Diane Wright, my classmate of Hillside High School, Angela Langley, my soror, Cynthia Brown, Brenda Burnett, Tamara Edwards, Mary Jacobs, my friend and sister Jacqueline Wagstaff, my friend and sister Cora Cole McFadden, the Honorable Jillian Johnson, the Honorable Adriana Freeman, and Miss Attorney Fernetta Austin, who I believe is also in the audience. I also look forward to working closely with my soror, City Manager Wanda Page, that I've known for many years, City Attorney Kimberly Rayburg, and who's been so helpful to me so far, our City Clerk, Donna Schreiber, and all of my colleagues on this City Council. I may be the first Black woman of Durham, but I certainly won't be the last woman to sit in this seat. It's my job to make sure that this city has room for its powerful young girls and boys, our immigrant families, our LGBT community, and residents of all faiths, so that they too can lead our city one day. That's what happens when we leave no one behind. Our challenges are significant, and I want the people of Durham to know, no matter where you live, what language you speak, or who you love, we will include you as we come together to make Durham a better city for all of us. In the years to come, when we look back at all of the things we accomplished, when we tell the stories about the things we created and the love we fostered, we will be able to say, We built this, and we left no one behind. This is the Durham we know and love, and it's waiting for us to seize it. Now let us get to work. All right. Well, everybody, I've asked an able person to consider, and he accepted, the task and the job of Mayor Pro Tem. That will be Councilman Mark Anthony Middleton. He stands willing, ready, and able, and I will ask and entertain a motion at this time.
So moved.
Second.
All right, would like to ask for a voice vote since it has been moved and properly seconded. I'm sorry. All right. All in favor, would you please say aye?
Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed have the same right. Hearing none, passes unanimously. Congratulations. Mr. Pro Tem. Mr. Mayor Pro Tem. All right, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we would take a brief recess, and then we will come back with the city council meeting for tonight. Sorry.
I'm sorry to interrupt, Mayor O'Neill. There is an oath that needs to be taken.
All right. Thank you. Yes. Thank you, Judge Reinhardt, and thank you. Okay, y'all know I'm on a learning curve.
Certainly. All right, you ready?
I am, ma'am.
All right. Repeat after me. I,
I,
Mark Anthony Middleton,
Mark Anthony Middleton,
have read,
have read,
understand,
understand,
and subscribe
and subscribe
to the Code of Ethics
to the Code of Ethics
of the City of Durham,
of the City of Durham,
and do hereby
and do hereby
solemnly swear
solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
and maintain
and maintain
the Constitution
the Constitution
and laws
of
the United States
the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
and laws
of
North Carolina,
North Carolina,
not inconsistent therewith,
not inconsistent therewith,
and that I will faithfully
and that I will faithfully
and impartially discharge the duties
discharge the duties
of my position
of my position
as Mayor Pro Tem
as Mayor Pro Tem
of the City of Durham.
of the City of Durham.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Mr.
Thank you.
Mayor Pro
Thank you.
Tem.
All right, we will return at 8 o'clock. Thank you so much.
You hit the gallows later.
Thank y'all. Okay, so let me ask you this now about now I've looked over all of this. Let me turn this around.
All right. Thank you. You guys can go home now. Hit she up and see what's up.
Bueno, hazlo.
Happy holidays. Good luck.
Enjoy them.
I know.
Got a great pleasure, man. As a travel musician myself, you've done so much. As many people do.
Thank you.
It's about as much as part of me as it is you. I just wish I could see it right now.
Thank you so much, brother. Good to see you.
Take care. I see them running out the school every day. Thank you, man. Thank you. Honor was all mine. Congratulations.
I know y'all had a meeting tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Jump right in. I'm going home. I love you. I'm happy to get used to that. Madam Clerk, thank you for everything. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, no problem. Thank you so much. Yes.
tonight, right?
Oh, I hope so. That's what I'm banking on. You know, I didn't ever get to how sorry I was about your life.
Oh, thank you.
I hated that for you.
Thank you.
I did.
Thank you. Questions like that keep me standing, man. I appreciate it.
You got it. Anytime.
Thank you.
Hey, how you doing?
The 1220, I mean. Yeah, I mean. So we can't, so, yeah, the applicant, unfortunately, they don't want to hear his case tonight. Well, the applicant can state their case, right? Yeah, but they have concern. Yeah. Yeah. Are any of these like, no, I don't understand. That's why we put them on tonight, so should we do that's why, keep them on. Well, keep them on. So really.
Bestie, you're here in person. I didn't know you were coming. How are you? Good to see you. I never see you.
Okay. Yeah, there's feet.
Such snazzy shoes. Like, you are the best.
That's what Dan is. I'm going to buy a new pair for every meal.
Now you will.
All right, everybody, we are now back in session, as they say at the courthouse. And I would like to see if we have any announcements from council members.
Move the microphone over.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to move my chair over. Any announcements from council members?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I just wanted to take another moment and say thank you all. And I'm grateful this evening to be on the dais with you all, and I'm looking forward to the work. I just wanted to take a moment and just acknowledge World AIDS Day did pass, and we normally would have a proclamation, but acknowledging that the organizational meeting would probably take too long and trying to keep it as slim as possible, I do just want to take a moment and just acknowledge those that have been lost to HIV and AIDS, or those who are living with HIV now and trying to survive with AIDS. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Is there anyone else? All right, we will move now to our priority items, and I first would like to recognize our city manager for any priority items.
Good evening, Madam Mayor Elaine O'Neill, Mr. Mayor Pro Tem Mark Anthony Middleton, and members of the Durham City Council. I do have one priority item for you this evening. It is agenda item number 18, which is a consolidated annexation item, 2211 Page Road. Attachment number 21 was revised to update page numbers. That is all I have for you this evening.
Thank you. Madam City Manager. I now recognize our city attorney for any priority items.
Good evening, Mayor O'Neill. It's good to be with you this evening. Mayor Pro Tem Middleton, good to see you, and members of the Durham City Council. The City Attorney's Office has no priority items this evening.
Thank you, Attorney Rayburn. And I now turn to our city clerk.
Good evening, Mayor O'Neill,
Good evening. For any
Mayor Pro Tem Middleton, and council members. The City Clerk's Office has no priority items this evening.
Thank you so much. Our second agenda, order of business would be the consent agenda. The next order of business is the consent agenda. And the consent agenda consists of items that the city council has previously considered in a work session. All items on the consent agenda may be approved by a single vote of the council. Items may be removed from the consent agenda by a council member or a member of the public, and those items will be considered separately at the end of the meeting tonight. I will now read those items. Number one, the approval of city council minutes. Number two, the fiscal year end 2021 inventory performance audit, October 2021. Number three, Affordable Housing Implementation Committee report. Number six, amendment and extension of the interlocal agreement with the Capital Area Metropolitan Planning Organization for the Triangle Bikeway Implementation Study. Number seven, construction contract award to Carolina Civil Works, Inc. for the 2021 water and sewer point repair project. Number eight, October 2021 bid report. Number nine, cooperative group purchase contract, 5 automated refuse trucks. Number 10, the 9th amendment, the assignment agreement for the Durham Athletic Park operating agreement that has been pulled by the public and will be heard at the end of the meeting. Number 11, the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development Fair Housing Grants. Number 12, the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development Partnership Initiative Funds. Number 13, Memorandum of Understanding with Built to Last Innovations Lab, Inc. for organizational planning deliverables. Number 14, janitorial services contract with Top Notch Carpet and Upholstery Cleaning, LLC, for the Durham Armory. Number 15, debris management contract award with DRC Emergency Services, LLC. Number 16, debris monitoring contract award with Tetra Tech. And that will conclude the items on the consent agenda.
Motion.
At this time, I would entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda.
So moved.
With the exception of item 10.
So moved, Madam Mayor.
Second?
It is, I'm sorry. All right. It has been moved by Councilwoman, Adriana Freeman. It has been seconded by Councilwoman Jillian Johnson. And now we will call for the question and the vote. Madam Clerk, if you would open the vote. Please close the vote. Madam Clerk.
The motion passes 7-0.
Thank you all. I made it through the consent agenda, everybody. All right, now we will move to our public hearings. And we will start first with item 18, and consolidated annexation item 2211 Page Road. And we are here to hear from our staff tonight. Thank you so much for being here.
Awesome. Yeah, good evening. Yes, in person. Good evening, Madam Mayor O'Neill, Mayor Pro Tem Middleton, and honorable council members. I'm Alexander Cahill with the Planning Department. I wanted to say congratulations to each of you on your historic election and/or re-election. Looking forward to your leadership. We would like to state for the record this evening that all Planning Department hearing items have been advertised and are noticed in accordance with state and local law, and affidavits of these notices are on file in the Planning Department. Staff did receive a request for utility extension agreement, a voluntary annexation, and an initial zoning map change from private landowners Warren Mitchell and David Durham. And this is for one parcel of land totaling 10.15 acres and located at 2211 Page Road. This annexation petition is for a contiguous expansion of the existing corporate limits. The current zoning is residential rural, and the applicant proposes to change this zoning designation to office and institutional with a development plan. This is to facilitate the construction of 67 townhouse units. A reminder that townhouses are an allowed use in the OI district per Unified Development Ordinance Section 4.33. The properties are currently designated office on the future land use map. The proposed office and institutional development plan zoning is consistent with this FLUM designation. And if this proposed zoning and annexation are approved tonight, the request would become effective on December 31st of 2021. The associated zoning request was heard by the Planning Commission October 12th, 2021, which failed to recommend approval of the application by a vote of 7-5. At the Planning Commission's recommendation hearing on October 12th, the applicant proffered a financial commitment to the dedicated housing fund in the amount of $16,750, which can be seen in text commitments section of the development plan in attachment 11. As a reminder, 3 motions are required for this application. The first is to adopt an ordinance annexing the property into the city and entering to a utility extension agreement. The second is to approve the zoning ordinance, and the third is to approve the consistency statement. Thank you for your time this evening. The applicant is here as well, and staff is available to answer any questions.
You have heard the report from staff, and I'm now going to declare this public hearing open. First, are there any questions for staff from members of the council? I am going to ask for indulgence from our public tonight and all of our folk who are in the audience. As you well know, this is my first meeting and also Councilman Williams' first meeting. Both of us have done a lot of reading over the last couple of days, but we have not yet had an opportunity to meet with the different departments in the city. We will begin that on tomorrow, and that will go through the next week or so. We are also scheduled to go to school in the next couple of weeks. As a former judge for 24 years, I take very seriously how and what I know and don't know before I make a decision. I am not comfortable at this point without having the benefit of talking to the experts in the city and also being educated by the experts at UNC to make decisions on this first night about issues that affect and will affect Durham citizens for a long time. So I'm going to ask for your indulgence and ask that this matter be put back on the agenda for January 3rd. That will allow for Councilman Williams and I to have our training, and also for us to attend school at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill with the Institute of Government. And I would like to entertain a motion in this time.
You can just
Or ask.
if they concur with your decision
Okay.
to hold the matter
Oh.
open
Learn.
and continue it to January 3rd.
So I would ask if my fellow council colleagues would consider and concur with that request at this time, and to continue this matter until January 3rd.
No objections, Madam Mayor.
Thank you all. Thank you all so much.
Thank you for asking.
This matter is held open and
So-
continue to January 3rd.
So this matter will be held open until January 3rd, and we will come back at that time. And I am sure at that time I will feel more comfortable after we have had the opportunity to sit with our city staff and also with the faculty over the Institute of Government to learn more about the jobs that we have undertaken. So now we will move to item 19, which is a zoning map change at 518 Martin Luther King Jr. Parkway. And we will now ask to hear from our staff.
Thank you. Good evening, Mayor O'Neill, Mayor Pro Tem Middleton, and City Council members. I'm Danny Coulter with the Planning Department. This is a request for zoning map change that was received from Wendy Ramsden of Coulter Jewel Thames, PA, for one parcel located at 518 Martin Luther King Jr. Parkway, totaling 9.651 acres. The site is presently zoned commercial general with a development plan, or CGD, is within the city's jurisdiction and within the suburban development tier. The applicant seeks to change the zoning designation of the site to residential suburban multifamily with a development plan, or RSMD, for up to 173 apartment units. The property is currently designated commercial on the future land use map, or FLUME, as seen in attachment 4, and if the zoning is approved, staff recommends a change of the FLUME to designate the property as medium high density residential. The Planning Commission at their October 12, 2021 meeting voted 7-5 in favor to recommend approval of this request. There are two motions required to approve the zoning map change item. Motion 1 would be to adopt an ordinance for the zoning request, and motion 2 would be to adopt a consistency statement as required by NCGS 160D-605. Except for the future land use map, staff determines that this request is consistent with 16 of the 17 analyzed community goals and objectives of the comp plan, all 3 of the retained policies from the 2005 comprehensive plan, and other adopted ordinances and policies. And thank you very much, and staff and the applicant team could be available for any questions.
You have heard the report from staff, and I'm now going to declare this public hearing open. First, are there any questions for staff from members of the council? There are none. No questions?
You can treat this one like you did the last if you'd like.
I'm sorry.
You can treat this one like you did the last.
So
That's
now-
what I'd ask for.
Once again, I would ask that this matter be considered for continuation till December the 20th. I do believe that we have 2 speakers here, and I will ask your indulgence once again to please allow us to get more familiar with what we are tasked to do. We take these jobs very seriously, and I want to make sure that we've had the opportunity to learn as much as possible before we take a vote. So I would ask my council colleagues if they will concur with our request to have this matter continued to December 20th. Thank you all.
Madam Mayor, I just have a clarifying question. We will have 2 or more of these also on December 20th, so I just want to, we don't have any, okay, never mind.
Thank you all so much for that. I appreciate it. Now we are at other matters. And we have to go back to the moment. We will now return back to item number 10 that was pulled from the consent agenda. That matter being titled the 9th Amendment Assignment Agreement for the Durham Athletic Park Operating Agreement.
Madam Mayor, the item that was pulled from the consent agenda is actually item number 19. And there was a typo.
There was a typo there?
Madam Mayor, also, the cards are numbered incorrectly because of that typo as well. So just, we'll work out the glitches. Yes, ma'am. So, thank you, Madam Clerk.
19 was a public hearing. It was a public hearing. They filled out a card to speak on the public hearing, but they put number 10.
Oh, I see.
So
Okay, that makes sense.
vote on number 10.
Okay. All right. Then we will return for a vote on item number 10, which is the 9th Amendment, the assignment agreement for the Durham Athletic Park Operating Agreement.
Madam Mayor, I'll move approval of the item.
Second.
It has been moved by Councilman Reese and seconded by Councilman Middleton. And now we will call for the question. We will ask our clerk to open the vote. And now we will ask our clerk to close the vote.
The motion passes 7-0.
Thank you all so much. Well, are there any other matters that will come to our attention this evening? All right, none.
It started so full and now it's so lonely. I've never had this happen before.
If not, that first meeting on December the 6th, when all of our lives have changed, is now adjourned at 8:29? Is that correct? Wow, 8:30.
You gonna bang the gavel?
And I'm gonna bang the gavel. We never bang the gavel.
Do it, bang it.
Thank y'all, colleagues. Yeah, that was, we'll get it straight.
Number 10 up there.
First night, I remember.